Okay, so this video is actually about some basic algebraic operations, right? So let me write it down. Operations. So there are several operations that we need to, review that we use in algebra. So the first one is division. That whenever, for example, you are dividing something on one side of equation, you must divide it on the other side of equation, right? So for example, if you have an algebraic equation ax is equal to uh, b, right? Then you can just divide a from this side and then a from this side as well, because that's the rule. You have to divide, if you divide something on one side of equation, you must divide it on the other side of equation as well. Then a divided by a is equal to 1, because anything divided by anything is 1. Like that's that same thing. Like for example, if you're dividing any number by the same number, you get 1. So a gets cancelled out with a, and x is equal to b over a, right? So if you see what I generally did, it was ax is equal to b. A was being multiplied here with x. If it goes on the other side, it gets divided by b. So you could just see it that way, that if a was being multiplied with x, if it goes to the other side of equation, it actually goes to a, for example, parallel universe where it would be dividing with whatever there's on the other side of the equation. So if something is being multiplied, it will go on the other side, and then it will be divided on the other side, right? So x is equal to b over a. The second operation is basically multiplication. For example, if you have a, or let's say x over a is equal to b, if you want to find the value for x, a is being divided here. If it is being divided here, if it goes to the other side of the equation, it will be multiplied there. So x would be equal to ab. Or you could just do it the other way. If you are, if you're, uh, if a is being divided here and you want to get rid of it, then you must be actually multiplying a on both sides. So a multiplied by here, and a multiply here as well. And then it's a divided by a is in numerator, a is in denominator, it gets cancelled out, and x is equal to ab, as that's what we found out earlier. So that's the second operation. The third is addition. For example, a minus b, or no, no, x minus a is equal to b. You want to find the value for x. Then since a is something that you need to get rid of, you want x on the left hand side only, so that you can find out its value. A is getting subtracted here. You just need to add a on both sides, right? So you add this a here, and then add an a on the other side as well. Plus a minus a get cancelled out, because a minus a is 0, so you are left with x that is equal to a plus b, or b plus a. You could write it in any order. So you could just see it that way, the other way as well. A was being subtracted here. If it goes to the other side of equation, it will add. So a plus b is equal to x. The fourth one is subtraction, which is similar to addition. If x plus a is equal to b, if a is being added here, it will go to the other side of equation and it will be subtracted. So x is equal to b minus a, right? So what I did is that I just actually subtracted a from both sides. So I subtracted a from here, a from this side. Like I could do it this way. I could just rewrite this x plus a, and then I subtracted a, and then I have to subtract a from the other side of equation as well. So a minus a is 0, so x is equal to b minus a. Remember, you cannot change the order this time. You subtracted a from b, not b from a. So it has to be b minus a, not a minus b. That would be wrong, right? So that's the fourth operation, which is a subtraction. Then there is the operation for squaring. For example, the square root of x is equal to a. For example, square root of x is equal to a. How do we find x? If x is being square rooted, if we want to eliminate square root, then on the other side it will go and become a square. What I mean to say is that we're squaring both sides. So what I do here is that I square this side. So if I square on this side, I square on the other side as well. So square and square root get canceled out, and x is isolated. It is equal to a square. So similarly, you could just do it inversely for a square root. If there's a square on x, you could just like this. If there's a square on x and you want to find the value of x, there you just can square root on both sides, and square root get canceled out, and x is equal to square root of a. So the point that I want to make here is that whenever you do some operation on left side of the equation is something that you must always do on the right side of equation as well. So this is an example of some elementary operations we perform on our expressions of algebraic equations.